Hello, and welcome to day 2 of the Shadowing Challenge. In this challenge, you'll improve your English speaking, pronunciation, listening, and fluency through simultaneous shadowing. This means you speak at the same time as the narrator, not after them. Listen carefully, follow the rhythm and pronunciation, and try to stay with the speaker as much as you can. Don't worry if you miss a word or make a mistake. Just keep going and join the next sentence. You can repeat the practice several times and try to sound more natural each time. Ready? Let's begin. I was late for my first day of work. It was Monday morning and it was my first day at my new job. I had been waiting for this day for several weeks. I was excited, but I was also nervous. I wanted to make a good first impression. The night before, I prepared everything. I chose my clothes and put them on a chair. I packed my bag. I checked the address of my new office. I even set 2 alarms on my phone. My first alarm was for 6:30. My second alarm was for 6:45. I thought, there is no way I can be late. My office was about 40 minutes from my apartment. I needed to be there at 8:30. I planned to leave home at 7:30. That would give me plenty of time. Everything was ready. I went to bed early because I wanted to sleep well. But I was too excited to fall asleep quickly. I kept thinking about my first day. I wondered what my coworkers would be like. I wondered if my manager would be friendly. I wondered what I would do during my first few hours. Eventually, I fell asleep. The next morning, I opened my eyes. For a moment, everything seemed normal. Then I looked at my phone. It was 7:55. I sat up immediately. What? I looked at the phone again. 7:55. I couldn't believe it. Both of my alarms had gone off, but I had slept through them. I jumped out of bed. Oh no! Oh no! I'm going to be late. I quickly got dressed. I didn't even have time to eat breakfast. I grabbed my bag and ran out of my apartment. As soon as I got outside, I checked my phone. I needed to take the train. I usually walk to the station, but that morning I decided to take a taxi. I opened a taxi app and waited. And waited. No cars were available.
Come on, I said.
Please, just one car. After about 3 minutes, a driver accepted my request. I felt relieved. The car arrived a few minutes later. I got inside and said, "Good morning. Could you please take me to this address?" The driver looked at the address. Sure. I sat in the back seat and looked at the time. It was already 8:10. I was nervous. The driver took a busy road toward the city center. There were many cars on the road. Traffic was getting worse. I looked at the clock again. 8:20. Then 8:25. I started feeling stressed. I asked the driver, "Do you think we'll get there soon?" He looked at the traffic. There's a lot of traffic today. How long do you think it will take? Maybe 15 or 20 minutes. I looked out the window. I knew I was going to be late. There was nothing I could do about it. So I took a deep breath and tried to relax. I reminded myself that being late once didn't mean I was a bad employee. Finally, we arrived near my office. I paid the driver and thanked him. Then I ran toward the building. I checked the address one more time. This was the right building. I walked inside and looked around. There was a large reception desk near the entrance. A woman was sitting behind it. I walked toward her. "Excuse me, I'm here for my first day of work." She smiled. "Welcome. What's your name?" I told her my name. She checked her computer. "Yes, I see you here." "Great. Your manager is expecting you." She gave me a visitor badge. "Please take the elevator to the 4th floor." I thanked her and quickly walked to the elevator. The doors opened. I went inside and pressed number 4. When I reached the 4th floor, I saw several desks and small meeting rooms. A man was standing near the hallway. He looked at me and smiled. "Are you new here?" "Yes." He introduced himself. "Nice to meet you. I'm Daniel." "Nice to meet you too. I'm here for my first day." "I guessed that." He laughed. "Don't worry. I was nervous on my first day too." That made me feel better. He showed me where to go. A few moments later, I met my manager.
"Good morning," I said.
"I'm sorry I'm late." My manager smiled. "Good morning. Don't worry about it." I had 2 alarms, but somehow I slept through both. My manager laughed. "Well, hopefully that won't happen every day." "Definitely not." Then my manager showed me around the office. I met several coworkers. Everyone was friendly. One woman showed me the kitchen. Another coworker showed me where I could get coffee. Then my manager showed me my desk. There was a computer, a notebook, and a small welcome card on the desk. It said, "Welcome to the team." I smiled. Suddenly, I didn't feel so nervous anymore. My manager explained what I would do during my first week. On my first day, I didn't have too much work. I needed to learn about the company, meet my coworkers, and understand how everything worked. Around 11 o'clock, one of my coworkers came over. "Would you like some coffee?" "Yes, please." We went to the kitchen together. While we were making coffee, she asked me, "So, how are you feeling?" I laughed. "Honestly, much better than I expected." "Good." "I was so nervous this morning." "Because it was your first day?"
"Yes."
"And because I was late." She smiled. "Don't worry. Everyone is late sometimes." "Even on their first day?" "Well, maybe not everyone." We both laughed. By lunchtime, I felt much more comfortable. I went to lunch with 3 coworkers. We talked about work, food, movies, and the city. They asked me questions about my previous job. I asked them about their jobs. It was nice. I realized that everyone had once been the new person. Nobody expected me to know everything on my first day. After lunch, I returned to my desk. I started learning how to use the company's computer system. It was a little confusing at first. I made a few small mistakes, but my coworkers helped me. At the end of the day, my manager came over. "How was your first day?" I smiled. "Really good." "Even though you were late?" I laughed. "Even though I was late." My manager smiled. "Then I'd say it was a successful first day." I packed my bag and said goodbye to everyone. As I walked home, I thought about the morning. I had started the day feeling terrible. I thought I had ruined my first impression. I thought everyone would think I was irresponsible. But that didn't happen. People were understanding. They helped me. And by the end of the day, I felt like I was already part of the team. That evening, I prepared everything for the next morning. I put my clothes next to my bed. I packed my bag. I checked the train schedule. And this time, I set 3 alarms. I also put my phone on the other side of the room. That way, I would have to get out of bed to turn it off. Before going to sleep, I laughed and thought, I'm definitely not going to be late tomorrow. The next morning, my first alarm rang. I immediately got out of bed. I was ready. I had learned my lesson. And even though my first day didn't start the way I had planned, it taught me something important. Sometimes things go wrong. You might be late. You might make a mistake. You might feel nervous. But one bad moment doesn't have to ruin your whole day.
Stay calm. Be honest.
Say sorry when you need to. And then keep going. That's what I did. And by the end of my first day at work, I was actually excited about going back the next morning. Great job. Day 2 is complete. Remember, don't worry about being perfect. Keep speaking at the same time as the narrator. Follow the rhythm. Copy the pronunciation. And if you miss a word, don't stop. Just keep going. Try the shadowing practice again and see if it feels easier the second time.